Yo, how's everyone doing? I wanted to make my final tier list before the Lucy patch. So obviously we have Lucy coming in within a month with the new patch, major balance patch, we're assuming, and it's cool. It's gonna be so okay. Last year when we got, or was it last year's Evo? I think yeah, it was. We got like patch notes, and they came out, I believe, on Sunday. A Sunday they came out, and we got to read them, and then the patch went live like the day or two after Evo or something. So I'm gonna assume it's gonna be the same thing. Evo's on August 1st, I believe, and so we should be getting her, and her trailer obviously is gonna be at Evo, and we'll be getting like the notes probably then, and then she'll come out like a day or two after, or within the week. So pretty excited, not for her, but for okay, well I am new videos, new ideas. We'll see what she brings. Maybe she'll be more in depth than we all think, and so I'm excited. I'm excited for new patch. I'm excited for new character. But I'm here to give my final thoughts on the season. Obviously, this is season 4 and it's coming to a close since she's the last character. I've fought every single character numerous times. If you know who I am, I play Sin at a pretty high level, very high level, and if you've seen my tournament placings reposted on Twitter or whatnot, I fight these characters. I'll probably play in a tournament today, in fact. But I have a lot of interesting thoughts. I know a lot of people didn't like my tier list the last time, and some of the placings were wrong. I will say my tier list is gonna look somewhat a lot different. There were some characters that I underrated a bit, and some characters I definitely overrated. And I'll give my reasons. I'll try to be as in-depth as possible and make this entertaining. But yeah, if you're here watching, then thank you, and I guess let's get into it. So I'm actually not going to switch up any of the tiers. I completely agree with how the default tier list maker gives you the tiers. I think there's an S, A, B, C, D, and then I think there's an F tier. S is, I'll talk about what separates S and A, and I know some characters that a lot of people, I'm the type of person, I only think there's a couple characters in S, like characters that actually just run the game, strength wise. I think that a lot of people, when they order a tier list or when they put their tier list together, they put like 10 characters in S, or like 8 to 10, yeah, like 8 to 10 characters in S, and like, I just don't agree with that. I think they're strong characters, but S is like damn near perfect characters. I think there's a lot of characters that do have flaws in this game, and some of the characters that I think have flaws you might think is the best character in the game. And just a spoiler, Johnny. I think Johnny is very good, but do I think he's literally perfect? No. So yeah, let's start. The first character I will place, let's start down, okay? Or I guess maybe I'll jump around, but for the most part, maybe I'll start down. Okay, so before I start, I'll put my last tier list on the screen. If you've watched my video before, I think it's almost at like 7K views, so thank you everyone who watched and supported that, regardless of what your opinion was. I love negative opinions. I love conversation. I'll put my last tier list on the screen for a bit, okay, get a good look. It was funny. It was, again, but it wasn't bait, it wasn't troll. A lot of people thought I was trolling. I wasn't trolling with that. But now let's get started with my current thoughts. That was about like 3 months ago, so a lot has changed for my opinions at least. Okay, so let's start off with who I think is an F tier. So only a couple characters I have an F tier. I think the worst character in the game is Venom. It's not like, okay, I'm not gonna make another tier, but I just think Venom is the worst. Like, I think he is like undoubtedly the worst character in the game. I mean, you just see what he does, and there's nothing. Worst damage in the game, worst confirms in the game, mid offense with bad damage, which just doesn't work in this game. Low HP, mid defense, not great defense. Like, I don't know, he's just too like finicky. He just doesn't really work in terms of this version of the game, or I guess just with Strive in general, it just doesn't work. Funny enough, I'm not sure if I said this, but when Venom got revealed, I talked to Beautiful Dude, who is a longtime Guilty Gear player, like, the older games, one of the best, like, Zatos. I talked to him, and he said, yeah, I watched the trailer, and I knew this character was going to be trash, right? Like, I guess, I don't know, he just doesn't really fit in this game. The ball neutral is just, you can't really enforce a lot. He just doesn't really work, dude. It's no counter hit special moves, like, he can't make you scared. A lot of what he does is just not great. His command grab, unironically, I will say this, and if King Africa is watching, I apologize. The command grab is pretty good. It's a good command grab. When you use it in the corner, it does a lot. You can do some little routes with it that give you a lot of damage. I'm not sure if the damage is actually bugged, but if it's how it is, then it's a good command grab. It's just Venom using the command grab just feels impossible sometimes. Like, realistically, I feel like versus like the best players, better players, the way he sets up the command grab just isn't really great, to be honest, especially in the corner. He's pretty like spacing specific and whatnot, so I don't know. He's not a great character, IMO. Maybe I've said this before as Cope, maybe if he was in another version of the game, like season 2 or season 3 or earlier, yeah, like earlier season 3 or something like that, maybe like he wouldn't be horrible, but I don't know. I just think he's so bad. Next up is probably the most nerfed character going into season 4. He got some crazy nerfs, and the compensation just really wasn't there. He went from the highest HP character in the game to still the highest HP character in the game, but then they buffed everyone else's HP, so it's not exclusive to him anymore. Before I feel like he used to be the highest HP in the character in the game by a pretty large margin, and now it just doesn't feel like that. It seems like Bedman and Pot basically have the same HP he does, except they don't have to use it as a resource. So I don't know. I think everyone else getting higher HP was just a really big turnover, and I mean, obviously the nerfs, like the spellbook guard crush pages went from plus like 25 to plus 6, and I mean they increased the damage, but it's more of an on-block tool. I don't know. And then they obviously nerf, like, you no longer can get the 5 stack of, like, the red cubes, the fire cubes, which is, like, why? I don't know. Like, you have to start at 1. And then they made it, like, more expensive. Like, that's just, I don't know what they're thinking. They nerfed the green card, so it's just, like, it's nice in situations because you do get that mana back faster when you do the non-health charge, but like, I honestly, when I play the character, I prefer the longer duration of the green card rather than the shorter version. Like, I don't know, 5 seconds just so short. The nerf to his supers, he went from having 2 of the best super in the games to feel like 2 of the more whatever supers. Like, they absolutely, like, gutted this character, in my opinion. He is just so much worse than he used to be. And overall, just not a great character, especially in this version of the game. Again, maybe if it was another version of the game, he'd be a little better, but right now, like, he is just so bad. Dizzy, I think, is next. Dizzy is, I think she's better than these. Maybe she's, like, tied with Asuka, but I just think Venom's the worst. Like, truly, like, I just think Venom is the worst. These two characters are, I mean, they have some strengths. Dizzy does great damage. Like, her damage potential is really high, but she's just not great at anything. She's not great at zoning. Her offense is kind of whatever. Like, the whole fish offense isn't great. You know, I don't know. She's just not great at anything. I can't really, she's just a character. She's fine. She just needs a little strengthening around her kit, and she will be strong. Like, she has things that can be really obnoxious to deal with, especially if they become even better. Like, I can see this character for sure being a scary character in the future. She just needs a little bit of tuning, like just a little bit of hope. Like, I think these characters, you have to like literally change everything about their kits. I think Dizzy, if you just give her some solid buffs to some areas of her kit, like, I think she is, I truly do think she can be a scary character. Next up, let's talk about, I think Kai. My opinion remains pretty unchanged on Kai, to be honest. So before I had Kai, I think I had him bottom 5. Now I've bottom 4, I guess. This character is not good. Like, he just is not great at all. He is probably the second or like maybe the most or maybe second nerf most character going into season 4. He just doesn't do anything great. Like, okay, since season 3, Kai, he was at his best at the start of season 3 because he used Wild Assault he was so good at using Wild Assault. So every time, it got to the point though where I felt like Kai's kit was pretty balanced around having Wild Assault, so the more Wild Assault got worse, the worse Kai got, in my opinion. You know, he received nerfs like Stun Dipper went from 5 to 7 frames, and then, you know, that was at the start of season 3. And then, like, later on, throughout season 3, when he was very strong, they made it so that Stun Dipper low profiled, instead of like frame 1, it low profiled on like frame 6 or 7, right? So it's already slower, the low profile is now worse, so it's hard to use it defensively, and overall just hard to use it versus people playing preemptive, I guess, more preemptive. You know, he used to be the best character in the game at confirming, at catching your backdash. Like, his far slash is now 3 frames active and 16 recovery. Before, it used to be 6 frames active and 13 frames recovery. So if he hits your backdash for far slash, you do far slash 5H, Fuja arc, 5H, Fuja arc, and it basically just sends you to the other side of the screen. And now he can't do that because Fuja arc lost its bounce potential. So his combos are a lot worse. Fuja arc just being bad in combos just makes it so a lot of his routing is pretty finicky, but they did buff Shock State, and they, you know, obviously his DP combos are better than ever. But, you know, they also then nerfed 6H. 6H is now, like, unusable in neutral. And he lost some routes because the recovery on 6H. And his pressure, while already having the worst offense in the game, it got even worse because 6H is now just so minus on block that you get punished. I think it went from -7 to minus, like, 12, which is just crazy. The recovery in neutral, obviously, is, like I said, it's also bad. It's pretty unusable in neutral. They nerfed Dire, so you can't get, if you get counter hit Dire, you can't get a pickup mid-screen anymore. They have to already be in shock state. Before, if you got a counter with Dire, you do like micro dash 5H, and then you get like the Fuja arc, and then 5H Fuja arc. You don't get that anymore. You just can't do that anymore. Like, it's kind of sad. They made, obviously, the shock state routes and whatnot are pretty cool, but he just doesn't do anything great now. He's not like, his offense is bad. I think his neutral is good, but I don't think it's crazy. And I think his reward, or like his confirms in neutral, aren't like crazy either. Like, that's one of the reasons I think, and I this isn't like a matchup chart, obviously, but that's one of the reasons I think Sin beats him. Because I think Kai can win the neutral versus Sin, but like their confirms, like when I hit you, it matters so much more than versus when you hit me. Kai doesn't really have that like crazy scare factor, but he can, again, Kai can blow you up. He truly can. It's just pretty specific on where he can actually do it, right? Let's see. Next up, I will put, let's go with Axel. I just don't think this character is great. There's not too much to talk about with this character. I just don't think he's great. He's solid, but he's a little lower than last time. He's fine. Just again, he doesn't do anything too great. It feels like he isn't a true zoner at times as well. Like, I feel like Testament is like the true zoner of this game. But I mean, he's fine. This character is whatever. I mean, I don't need to talk about him too much. He's not great. Okay, now let's talk about, I think that's it though for these tiers. I think for C tier, I think the strongest character, okay, well, let me actually just play some characters. I'll put Bridget here. Okay, so some people are probably asking, well, why is Bridget here? So, okay, Bridget, who else do I want to put here? Maybe Bedman and maybe Faust. I think these characters are fine. I just think, like, they all have some annoying shit. They do. I think they all have some annoying shit. Obviously, like, Bridget, like, her runaway is pretty good. It's pretty annoying to chase her. You know, Faust, obviously, like, the items and whatnot. Bedman, the JS, and, like, the air stalls and whatnot. I just think they aren't as good as the other characters. I mean, obviously, that's why they're lower. Other characters just get away with more shit. And it feels like these characters just are pretty limited to what they can get away with, especially if you have the tools. I don't know. These characters just aren't great. Do I think they're the weakest, though, in this tier? No. I think there's weaker. So I think maybe put Jacko here, and then I'll move Faust. I'll put Bedman behind Jacko. Bridget, I think she's higher in this tier, so I'll keep her here for now. I'd put Jacko here. Jacko, again, I'm just not a big believer on this character. She's higher than I had her before, because she's just, I guess her corner pressure is pretty good, but I don't know. I'm just not a big believer in her defense and her HP and her neutral. It just doesn't feel that great. I think an interesting character to have in this tier, I think Abba is probably here. I think Abba is literally just like, you're either gonna win or you're either gonna lose. If you play Abba and like this is like your first character, like I don't think you're truly learning how to play the game. Like she's kind of just a coin toss. Like you're just like, I don't know, it's not a whole lot of skill going into it. It's not gap, it's not that, it's literally just, I'm either gonna win or I'm gonna lose. Like you go into jealousy, if you're in a great position, you can't lose. But if you get turned on your back, you're just gonna lose with this character. Yeah, I mean, you kind of just do shit and you just pray. I don't know. I don't think she's just too consistent. I mean, she's just, yeah, I'm gonna just run over you or I'm not. That's pretty much it. I'd put maybe Zato. Zato obviously is a character I've played for a long time. If you know anything about my past, like I've played this. This is my first, like really, like the first character I really took serious. Man, he's in a weird spot, and I don't even think the devs really know what to do with him. Like he got his command, like his command grab. They gave it like, you know, the thing where if you command grab someone, then it instantly refills Eddie. Something he should have had that they took away at the start of season 3. He now like has far/invite hell. Like, I mean, Zato went from a character that to with terrible confirms and whatnot. Like, you know, to if he gets a counter hit, he can just break the wall from anywhere if he has Eddie. Like, I mean, they just don't know what to do. I truly think they don't know what to do with this character. I mean, when he gets his new move, I'm curious to what it's gonna be. They mentioned that their overall goal with him at the start of season 3 was we want to make him worse solo. So I'm gonna assume it's gonna be an Eddie move for the new move, not something Zato can do by himself. I don't know. They seem to just be throwing stuff at this character and hoping it works, but it's never really enough. He is strong. Like I think. Also, like, with the knowledge, like, I think one reason Asuka might be stronger than he actually is like, knowledge checks. Like, these technical characters that are pretty knowledge check heavy, you can't win with them until you reach a certain level, because then people, like, you know, they just know. Like, you can't catch people off guard with them, but overall, he is just not that strong. Like, overall. But you can't just lose this character. His offense is still really, really great. Like, probably some of the best mix in the game. Like, he is crazy on offense, but he just lacks in a lot of other areas that they've taken away from him. Okay, next up, yeah, I'll keep Zato in the last character in this tier. One more character to put in this tier. Okay, I'm putting Chip here. So, okay, Chip is relatively in the same spot as last time. So, the reason why I think Chip is here, because it's funny enough, I actually, before I started recording, I saw like this left and short where he thinks like Chip is like top 5. And like, okay, Chip is very strong. Like, kit-wise, he is strong. Like, I think I said this last time too. Like, I don't know. I think that he has no health, like, at all. Like, he has no HP. No HP. And his movement is really good, but I don't know, it feels linear in a way. Like, you can stop him from just running. You can catch him off guard. You can intercept him. Like, you can punish him. You can fight the character, is what I'm trying to say. Like, it's not like he's just the god on the ground, right? Like, you can stop it. His Oki is good, but while it's good, it's way easier to block than someone that is an actual mixed character. Like, I think Chip is in his own mixed character, but I just don't think it's not like Milia, or it's not like Zato. It's not like those characters, right? So, pretty low HP, and again, good Oki. It's just not like, it doesn't feel like, damn, I'm about to get one chance if Chip puts you on the ground, right? So yeah, I mean, he's good. Is he outstanding? No. I am just personally not a believer in low HP characters. And there's only one character with pretty low HP that just breaks my scale. So he's good. I just don't think he's amazing. Like, maybe I could put him at the last character in D, but I'll keep him here for now. Because again, that's just my opinion. Okay, moving on. So let's see. We have, and by the way, I'm gonna save Sin for last. Okay, next up we have, let's go with Baiken. I think Baiken's in this tier. Baiken's good, dude. She is good. I've fought a lot of Baikens. I fought LK, I fought Winty, I fought all of them. She's very good. She just has some flaws that does not make her an A tier character. Like, I still don't think her neutral is like crazy good. You know, she just loses neutral pretty hard to some characters, in my opinion. And I think the guard cancel parry is good, but I think it's only good versus certain characters. Like, I don't think it's like, I don't know. Don't get me wrong, it's definitely like a main essential part of her kit, but she just does not get away with as much bullshit as these other characters. She has high HP, but just enough to where you can kill her. Like, it's not like she's just like overtuned in HP that she's just immortal. Right? Eventually you're gonna kill Baiken. It's not like she has infinite HP. Obviously her confirms are better, and she is a mixed character. Her offense, her Oki is good, but it's not like the craziest shit in the world, but it's good. Overall, she's just a good character, but I don't think she's very good defensively, but I don't know. I think her neutral is kind of what holds her back a bit. Again, strong character. I'm not saying she's bad in any type of way. She just doesn't get away with as much bullshit, and she's just, I don't know. She's just strong. She's good. Same thing with Testament. I'll put Testament here as well. I think Testament in my last list was in this tier as well. They're very good. I think they're like the true zoner of this game. Very annoying to get around. You know, offense is not crazy. It's good. Like, it's good. It feels like, I'm not gonna say it feels like Gold Lewis pressure, but like without the guard crush, but it feels like they can put you in some situations where it's just like, you know, you're just blocking. Their neutral's pretty tricky to get around. Obviously the teleport is really obnoxious to deal with. Overall, just a good character. Gets out risk rewarded here and there by some characters. And they have some matchups that just don't feel great. I mean, obviously as a zone, you're gonna have matchups that just don't feel great. But I mean, I think they're pretty strong. They're pretty good. If I put them lower in this tier, it's not because they're weak by any means. It's just they lose some matchups, and that just means they aren't as good as the other characters. That's simply as it is. Let's see. Next up, let's go with Eno. Okay, so I need to talk about this character for a bit. So Eno, I was wrong. I was so wrong on this character. I had her like bottom 5 last time. I am so wrong on this character. I don't know what I was thinking. She can convert, like, okay. It feels like this character can just convert from pretty much any touch. The neutral is tricky as hell, dude. It's really fucking tricky to pin this character down. I mean, it's just such a weird way that she plays neutral. And it feels like her mix is just, it's so good. She converts off everything. Her mix is really, really fucking good. And mixed characters in this game, I mean, they're just really hard to deal with, right? Feels like you have to get lucky sometimes versus her. I think her weaknesses, though, are like below average HP and some matchup issues. Like, I don't know, I think some characters just destroy her, like Anji, for example. But, I mean, she has good strengths. Again, I'm not the biggest believer in lower HP characters. I don't think she's like bottom 5, but she might be bottom 10 in HP. But it's low just enough to the point where it feels exploitable. But like, if her HP was higher, man, it would be so sad. I mean, she definitely does feel like a one-chance character in her own way. And her conversions are just crazy, dude. Like, she just converts, man. It's actually just insane. Playing the RPS with her as well is just super annoying. Okay, next character. I will put, let's go with Elfelt. Okay, so I'm gonna put Elfelt here. She was higher last time. She was actually an A tier last time when I made my last list. But some things have changed. So let me talk about it. So yeah, I was just too high on her. She's still great, really good character, but she just doesn't win anything. Like, I think she can be an A tier character. There's just no proof. No one's doing anything with the character, right? Like, there's just not really anyone outstanding playing the character. So I can't say that she's that good with confidence. And it doesn't even go to offline, like even online. Like, she's just not great. And you might be saying, okay, well, what about Testament? Testament has great results online. Really good results online. Just offline, no. Elfelt is a no in both categories. Like, there's just no one really trying to push the character further. And so until we're able to see that, I think, like, dude, she has some insane shit. I don't know, it just doesn't feel like she has any real players. Like I said, she has some bullshit, like bomb throw, like the bomb grab are just so good, dude. Really, really good moves, and just make it so hard to deal with, especially the fucking bomb grab. It's just, I don't know, no results, no players, makes it too hard to say where she actually is. So I'll just put her here for now, but I think she can be higher if we see people take the character a bit more serious. Let's see. Okay, next I'm gonna put Unica here. So okay, Unica is the same thing as Elfelt. I think this character, I swear, dude, I swear by it. I swear. This character is A. I promise you this character is A. But nobody plays the character. No one is pushing the character, so there's no proof of me putting her up there. But I can promise you this character, like, just a little bit, just if anyone just gives the character a go, like, seriously, and sticks with her, I surely think, like, the player has to be, like, very good, obviously. I do think this character can be A. There's just no proof. Like, she just hasn't done anything offline, hasn't done anything online. And again, it's too early, I think. I think for online, it could be said that, you know, it's not enough time has passed, like, someone needs to do something with her. But, I mean, offline, I'll give, you know, we have to wait and see, right? I just think it's a little too early for offline to see the character placing crazy. But it seems like everyone that was playing the character just dropped her. And it seems like the opinions on the character are pretty low for the players that were playing her. But I know some people that, you know, think this character is absurdly strong. So we just have to wait and see, but I do think this character has potential to be an A tier character. We just have no proof. So until then, these two characters staying in B. Let's see. Next up, let's go with Milia, dude. Let's go Milia. Where is she? Let's go Milia. So, okay, Milia is a character I had lower. She was originally near Chip on my last tier list, I believe. Or maybe was she higher? No, I don't think she was. She was originally with Chip. She was like in that bottom. She was actually lower. She was like near where Bedman is right now, actually. So the reason this character is here, so okay, unlike Chip, who just loses Risk War to literally everyone, her approach in neutral is a lot different than his. Because while she has the speed Chip does, she also is like the best character in the air, right? She's just so much harder to contest in neutral since, like, I mean, dude, Capel, man. While having the speed on the ground she does is it's just so good. Like, people complain about like Sin combos. Dude, I swear if you get it by Capel, it's a whole Sin combo just in the air, bro. Like, you just go wall, like, it's actually crazy. Like, Capel is just such a, it's an air DP essentially, dude. Like, it's just such a good move. 50-50 Oki is just, it feels like it's always gonna be better than Strike Throw, at least in some way. And I just, you know, especially when it's safe and just allows her to keep running her offense even when blocked. Or, you know, then she has like the Bad Moon, right? And or she goes low. It's just tricky, man. It's just really tricky to pin this character down. And if you're a good Milia, realistically, you shouldn't be, it doesn't feel like you lose too many interactions. But when you do get hit, it does hurt. Like, she does have low HP. Like, don't get me wrong, she has very low HP. She's just a lot harder to intercept in neutral than, in my opinion. And her damage is just crazy, dude. Her damage is crazy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, overall, her air game is just leagues better than Chip's, dude. So, she is here. Like, I don't know, Milia reminds me of Abba, but the same way that, like, it's not necessarily, like, you just win, but that you just play a character that has one absurdly broken thing that you just spam it, right? Like, oh, damn, what should I do in neutral? Oh, I'm gonna jump. Oh, I'm blocking? Okay, let me jump. Like, you know, like, I'm gonna jump, and I'm gonna just, like, try to hoe you out. Like, that's literally what it is. You just jump, Capel, and the world is yours. Like, it actually just feels like you're rage baiting people to chase you in the air, and you just, with this, I don't know, it's like, you just accidentally win on Milia. Like, sometimes, like, it just feels like you accidentally win. Like, there's not really a lot of thought going into it. It's not rocket science what Milia players are doing, but low HP, so again, she is here. And she has a 4-frame, really good. Okay, next character that I would put here. Let's go with Geo. So Geo reminds me of Kai in terms of they kind of run offense the same, except Geo's just feels like leagues better than Kai's. She's very good. I think she was probably a little lower. Like, she was here in this tier, but I think she was towards the end on my last list. She is just very good. I mean, her neutral, I don't know, dude, she feels harder to, like, contest the neutral than Chip at times. Like, it's just really good, man. Great normals, pressures, really, really good. Like I mentioned, way better than Kai. It's doesn't feel as weak to DP. Yeah, I mean, she's very good. I mean, she's an all-around character. She's just really good. 4-frame mash. I mean, she feels pretty good in the air. We're obviously great on the ground. Yeah, not really too much to say about her. She's all around. She's an all-around character. Do I think she's A tier? No, I just think she's a really, really, really solid character. Very good character. And also doesn't feel like she loses too many matchups. Like, I don't know. She's an all-arounder. She's not like the greatest though in one category. She, you know, almost feels like what Kai should be in a way, but no. She doesn't really lose to anyone too badly, I don't think so. Next up is Slayer. Slayer, dude. Okay. Slayer is just, oh man. So he's just so front-loaded, dude. I think he struggles on defense. And I think some characters as well, like, just beat him pretty hard in neutral. Because his neutral is the way he plays it is pretty weird, right? Like, a lot of dandy step, a lot of mappa. So I think if some characters are just able to shut that down, then it becomes a lot harder for him. So I think there are characters that just shut him down in neutral. And like I said, his defense is not good at all. He does not have good defense. His defense is not good. Like, I can't stress enough, his defense is not good. He is a good character, though. Like, he has actual flaws while being just bullshit. He is just so front-loaded, so front-loaded, dude. But he does have flaws. But again, the bullshit is definitely there. Like, it is there. His damage, just everything. He is just, yeah. He is just a tank, dude. Tank in terms of like damage, not really like HP. He has good HP. It's average, but I mean, he can die. Still has I still think he has good HP. Like, it's not, yeah, he's just a good character. That's it. He has bullshit. Let's see. I think that's it for this tier for now. Now we go to A tier. Yay. Okay, so the first character in A tier, I'm putting Mei. Mei is good, dude. She's very, very good. Where do I want to start with this character? I think Mei is just like, she is pure damage. Pure damage and offense. Like, that's it. Big buttons, great movement, like great in the air. I think if you don't have good disjoints, good normals, like, she just eats you alive, dude. Like, there's just nothing. And she just forces so much shit. Her scare factor is through the roof. Like, I mean, obviously she's carrying this big ass anchor, right? I mean, her scare factor is just through the roof. So many things are just so hard to contest, and it feels like if you're wrong, you just die on a lot of this shit, right? Best 5P, I think the best 5P in the game. It just makes it like, when she's negative, it just feels so hard to press on. I mean, she has, and then she has like the Japanese guts. So she has too much HP. It's, okay, let me rephrase. It's not too much to the point where like it's actually just stupid, but just enough to give her multiple chances even if she's wrong, right? So I mean, she is front loaded as well, but I think she's a little better than Slayer, so I think she's in this tier. This tier is mostly like, these characters have flaws, but not enough flaws to overwrite the strengths. Like, the strengths are just so high. Next up, okay, people are gonna be surprised about this one, but Soul is here. Okay, so let me explain. I do agree his neutral is not great, but I think his neutral is tricky, and he has a lot of ways to just throw himself in. I think his damage is very consistent. I think it's high. I think his pressure is still great, and it's been for quite a while now. I think his defense is amazing. I think he has pretty much every tool you can ask for. 5-frame 2K, low profile 2D, a DP, a 4-framer. Like, I think he can work pretty much everywhere. I just think Leo is better than him. But he's a really good character, dude. Like, I just feel like he can play everywhere. But I do understand that his neutral isn't great, because the far slash is like, the far slash is, he is the hitbox, right? Like, it's not like a sword. He is using himself as, like, you know, the hitbox slash hurtbox. So I think he's good. I think he's really good. Next up, let's go with Gold Lewis. So, oh man, Gold Lewis. I mean, I think people overrate this character in the terms of they put him like top 5, for example. I don't think he's there. I think he has flaws, but his strengths are just so high. He is very front-loaded, like absurd damage, insane pressure. Obviously, a little worse since the chip damage got, you know, nerfed, but like, it was universal. You know, he's just so front-loaded. Minigun is still really good. Drone is still really good. Obviously, some characters are better at fighting it than others. I mean, yeah, this character, he feels like he wins on accident at times. I mean, absurd health to the point where it feels a little unfair. Yeah, I think this character is just very, very good. Still has White Walled Assault, but obviously isn't used as much. But, I mean, I don't really need to talk about this character. He's been good for quite a while now. But, yeah, he's just Gold Lewis, man. Gold Lewis. Next up is Anji. Okay, I hate this character. Anji is just bullshit, dude. Spin is so stupid. He is probably like one of the goats of neutral in this game. Like, he is just, oh my gosh, he is just so dumb. I think everyone hates Anji. Like, I don't think he really loses any matchups like that, like, or at least too bad. I mean, Spin is broken, Fish is broken, the counterplay is so limited to what you can actually do. I think his normals are absurdly good. 2S is really good, Far Slash is insane. Far Slash is really good, 2S is really good, his 2P is insane, his 6P is really good in the combo for an anti-air with counter hit is like a wall-to-wall, use the orange wall assault very well, offense very good, the overhead is very good. I think, in my personal opinion, I actually think it's a little worse than when he could combo off it. Like, it was, I think, like 3 frames slower, but you at least got a combo. I prefer it how it is now. It's still very strong, but at least you don't get put in a whole combo. But it hard knockdown in combos now and to a safe jump is really, really, really good. Yeah, I mean, this character just is insane. It feels like if you're, I don't know, like, you just get spun, you just die. Like, I mean, it is crazy. This character definitely needs some nerfs. He is crazy annoying to fight. He's just crazy strong. I mean, what can't this fella do, bro? He is just insane. He's a parry. I mean, absurd HP to the point where it does The guts just make it feel so unfair. He just doesn't die, he just does shit. Like, he just went on accident with this character, dude. Next up is Nago. So I think a lot of people actually forgot about Nago. He's not talked about at all, and that's because no one's really representing him. I think TYL, Tetra Luck, just came back to the game. Like, I just started seeing him in tournaments again. But I mean, Nago is just really, really good, dude. Just very, very good. I think he's pretty much the same as always, even though, like, losing and, like, getting some things, he feels the same to fight. Completely just front-loaded, stack neutral, offense, damage, buttons. He's just bullshit. Like, character's just really good. Yeah, I think the only reason he's not in S is because he loses some situations versus some characters that just don't feel great. But, I mean, that's... yeah, I think this character is... he does have his downsides, but, I mean, he is just so, like, completely overly stacked everywhere else. But, yeah. Let's see. Next up, we're gonna go with... okay, I'm gonna go with Ram. Ram. Okay, so Ram. Yeah, a lot of people think this character's S. I think she's A. I think that, I don't know, they're just not as good as the other characters in S tier. Or, sorry, she's just not as good as the other characters in S tier. And I think for this sole reason, I'm actually gonna put Johnny here too. I think these characters are not as good as the ones in S. I think that they both have strong neutral, both have strong offense, but they lack the bullshit in terms of what the top three have. I think they are better than some of the S tiers in neutral, but I think they just get blown out in terms of risk reward and defense in comparison to the other characters. But overall, both very strong, both very hard to deal with. But you can exploit their weaknesses. Like, I think even like if I played like Kai for some matchups, even if I fought Johnny, like there's some weaknesses I can exploit, right? You know, even with Sin, like there's some weaknesses I can exploit. Feels like with other characters, they're just so stacked everywhere else that it's just like, you know, it's just not the same. But overall, these two characters, I mean, they're very strong, and I think Johnny's probably the closest character going in S, but I do think he's an A tier character. Like, these characters, again, they do have flaws. They're just so bullshit everywhere else that you don't really see the flaws. Whereas these characters have bullshit as well, but their flaws are like more present. Yeah, and okay, so if you remember my last tier list, it's pretty much going to be the same top three. Spot, Leo, and Happy Chaos. I think overall, so I'll say it again, I think the difference between A and S just being, like, just the difference in how these characters are just completely unfair in most ways. Like, I think Pot and Leo just have so much shit going for them in so many different ways. They could just, so many ways to just win, is what I'm trying to say. They just lack weaknesses completely. Like, I don't think they have any weaknesses at all. They're never down, even like with the Pixel, they're never just down and out of the game, especially Pot. They could just win from any opening pretty much. I think Chaos is the same, but he lacks health and defense. And I'm not the highest on health on low HP characters. But in terms of just offensive and neutral ability, he just wins from literally, dude, I promise you, he just wins from any touch, bro. He gets his resource back instantly. His mix is the best in the game. He can force it from anywhere on the screen. Even if the resource is like lower, he can still just enforce it from anywhere on the screen. Like, I mean, he's just so plus. He's just everywhere, dude. Like, this character breaks the wall off any hit regardless of resource. Gut Crush Super, like, he is a character of all time. And he probably would be the best, but these two characters are just such bullshit. Like, oh my gosh, these characters are just so broken. It's just unfair. Just completely unfair. Like, I think I think also versus Happy Chaos, what people don't understand, I think having optimal combos and, you know, you're having a whole, like, game plan, like, listed out and being completely, like, optimal with your game plan matters the most versus Happy Chaos than any other character in the game. Because he is probably the best one-chance character in the game. Well, okay, maybe besides these two, but excluding these two, probably the best one-chance character in the game. You have to make sure that you're doing everything right to kill him with your character's game plan as quick as possible. Like, you have to really just be on plan with your game plan, because if you give this character just like hit, you are meant to kill him. Like, you have to kill him. The counterplay to Happy Chaos is him giving you back resources because he builds you burst, right? And then, like, you know, gives you some meter. So you have to use everything very wisely, and you have to just be on top of your combos, because if you give this character even a little bit of HP left, he can't just win the game, right? Because he doesn't lose necessarily from anywhere on the screen. So it's just, you have to be really cautious about how you fight this character. But yeah, now Sin. So where do I think Sin goes? I think Sin goes there. Okay, so let me talk about why I think Sin is in this place. The actual difference with Sin is he has apparent weaknesses compared to the characters in A tier, in my opinion. I think like, oh, well, he's not strong in this regard, but to make up for it, like, you know, he has this, right? Like, it's not even that. It's, he just loses some matchups so hard, and he can even lose decent matchups because it's like, his resource not being recyclable is huge, and it can be played around, and people that are good playing around it make it so he just feels locked out of the games at times. I think he is also the worst in class when it comes to frame data, hurt boxes, like big blue boxes, just not great normals, no air to ground normals in this game, just make it really hard to play. Bad anti-airs, like I've said before, probably the worst anti-air 5p. 6p is great in neutral 6p, but just doesn't really work as an anti-air at times, right? Like from no anti-airs to no jump-ins to bad hurt boxes to bad normal, like he's just stacked on weaknesses. And he does have strengths, right? I think Sin matters the most when it comes to, like, a Happy Chaos that matters the most for your routing and your game plan. I think with Sin, it matters the most that you learn how to burst the character. So I think a bad burst instantly makes this character feel like one of the best characters in the game. If you don't know how to burst him correctly, like, that's something I tell everyone. If you fought me and you ask for advice, I probably tell you to learn how to burst the character correctly. You know, it's huge. He is gonna, if he has 3 stamina at the start of the round, and you burst a far slash combo, or no, sorry, you burst far slash, like instantly, and just let me keep the stamina, like you don't let me use anything, and you just burst, then that means the next interaction, if I win it, I'm gonna break the wall with those bars that you let me keep, right? At least put yourself in a better position to fight Sin when you burst, and don't be too quick to pull the burst, right? A lot of people don't do the counterplay to the character. They just kind of let you run your stuff and just walk all over them. I think you have to make it hard, and I think a lot of people too play very preemptive versus Sin, where I think a lot of people need to play more reactionary versus Sin. I think that he is a character that when fighting him, you need to be fine blocking him. Like, for example, one of the common issues, like with, you know, let's say like versus Johnny, for example, a lot of players play very, like, they just swing, they'll swing, and while that's fine, but if you get hit, like, it's, like, the goal is you want to make the hits harder for him. So if you play on reaction, like, even if you block an elk hunt, if he wants to get the actual, like, pressure from the elk hunt, then he has to spend 2 stamina, which, by the way, takes, like, 15 seconds to come back, right? So you have to, so be fine blocking. If you take a throw, you take a throw. Now he's in a situation where without meter, he can't do anything to you, right? He puts himself in a lot of bad situations, but I think a lot of people are just too hesitant and scared to actually block the character out, that they just make it so I have to keep him away, so I'm gonna just whiff mash and whiff backdash and do this and this and this. Button backdash, like, yeah, that's not what you're supposed to do. I think some more niche issues with the character. I think he's pretty bad at confirming catching your backdash, unless it's off elk hunt. Like 2S 2H will whiff some spacings, far slash 2H will whiff a lot of the spacings. Like, I mean, he is high HP, but just enough to the point where it's not bullshit and he is killable. I've already talked about his, you know, his normals and all that. I just think people need to make it a little harder for him. I think, although he is simple, I think he's a big knowledge check in a way. But, I mean, obviously the opinions on this character are pretty high for the most part. So we'll see. He'll probably get nerfed, but I mean, realistically, I think he is fine. You just have to be comfortable fighting the character. He has, I mean, out of the relevant characters, I said best, especially by 10A, he is bottom 2 offense, bottom 3 even. Like, his offense is not great. Probably bottom 5 in the game. Yeah, I don't know. I think, yeah, and I've already talked about his matchups. He loses some matchups just so badly where it just feels like, I don't know, he just gets put in hopeless situations where I feel like other characters don't in A tier. Like, if you're down in the round, and if you're down in the round and you have, let's say, you blow all your stamina and all your meter to do a combo, and they have, you know, they were at full HP and you're at, like, near death, you know, you break the wall, you look at it now, they have like 100 bar and full burst, and then you're just sitting there with no resource. You can't, I truly think people don't realize how big it is that you can't recycle your resource. Like, for example, if Ram couldn't recycle her resource off wall break, you know how big of a nerf that would be? Like, you know, like a lot of these characters that just get it back instantly, like Happy Chaos, if their resource wasn't infinite, it would, or they didn't have ways to just get it back with the super, you would see the drop in these characters and their game plan going of how they approach matchups, right? With Sin, you have to, a lot of times you have to use, you'll have to sometimes use a resource other than, you know, your stamina, because you're thinking about the post situation, right? You know, there's just, I don't know, a lot of people are like, oh, well, why don't you just break the wall there? Why don't you use everything? You know, it's different with this character. He's different to play than any other character, because I'm pretty sure he's the only other character in the game that just can't get it back instantly. So yeah, he's pretty tricky to play. While he is easy to pick up, I think actually winning with this character once you reach a certain level is actually pretty hard. So that's my opinion on Sin. Again, you can disagree. It's not like, again, I'm not saying like I'm right, you're wrong. Everyone's free to have their own opinions. As someone that plays this character a lot, this, again, it's just my thoughts. So yeah, but that is it for me. This is the final list. Yeah, thank you everyone for watching. I want to hear everyone's opinions in the comments. If you disagree with me and I'm dead wrong and I'm a loser and I suck, then let me know. If I'm, you know, if you see something you like or something you can relate to, then let me know. I'm curious to hear everyone's thoughts. I don't take anything to heart, so it's all good. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching, and until the next time, thank you.